What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be trying to make a bee zoo enclosure. The zoo enclosures are back, and as you see, I have a bunch of them ready. The turtle one isn't actually ready, but it is there. And yeah, here this one is. This one might be one of my favorites. I love the way the bee looks. He's so cute. But anyway, yeah, I don't have a ton to say about this one. This is also a new line. I'll explain how to get there position-wise and everything. And, yeah, with that being said, oh, look, it's a little baby. Enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the station weight for this is a rare 20 by 18. Now, if you are particularly making all of these, the easiest way to get this, you don't even need to worry about the grid space. That is mainly for people who don't want to build all of them, but you really just want to take the chicken enclosure, and you want to, if you're looking at it, you want to take the far right side, and from this row, you want to count basically forward from it by 16. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And this will be where we start our build. I don't have the materials yet, but just that's where the build is starting. And yeah, that is the front left-hand corner. It's basically from the front corner of the grid, you're going to count back by 3 and right by 1, and that's where you're going to start. But yeah, the 20 is because the wings overhang on these sides. But anyway, the materials we're needing for this to start off are gray terracotta, yellow concrete, yellow terracotta, black concrete, light blue concrete, black stained glass pins, black stained glass blocks, dark oak doors, and we'll go with black stone slabs. That'll just leave us with the wings. So starting from the corner that we already marked out, you want to start by going right and placing 2 gray terracotta and then 14 black stained glass pins. Then place 2 more gray terracotta, and then you'll go back with a dark oak door, and I just immediately forgot that. That's cool. 13 gray terracotta back from that. They're all the same size. I don't understand how I keep forgetting. The back right corner and the front left hand corner, you'll just connect together with gray terracotta at 8 square. Now, you're actually going to pick an angle. You're going to make a triangle. Some of these later will end up changing, by the way, when we have water, specifically on this side. I think that's why the turtle one I didn't finish is because I have to screw with some things to make the water work properly. Anyway, I want to start with the gray terracotta, and literally pick any block. It doesn't matter which one. It just has to be gray terracotta. And you want to start by bringing up with a gray terracotta, yellow concrete, gray terracotta, yellow concrete, gray terracotta, and then 2 yellow concrete. And you'll essentially wrap this all the way around. Just leave the black glass open, but everything else wants to be brought up with this pattern, door included. Except it'll just start with the first yellow. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. Nice to bring these back. This one might be my favorite. The mushroom one is cool too. I think taking a break from these was good also for like my creativity with them, because it just allowed me to kind of, as I'm building other things, take some of the wall patterns I've been getting in like Poppy Playtime and other stuff to kind of almost use it as inspiration to be like, yeah, let's go with something a little bit more out there. Like, the next 2, at least, are definitely out there. Frog is a little bit basic, and Sea Turtle, I guess, is kind of unique. But if you want to go back and change some of the old ones to be the same, you absolutely could. Cow especially, when we do mushroom, because, yeah. Anyway, you should have this. You want to take the top row of yellow concrete at the front and extend the yellow in by 1 on either side. You will then place, check it, 3 rows of yellow concrete on top of those rows of 3 on the front. Specifically, that'll each shift 1 in from the previous row. Which will give you this. The top 2 you will end up just connecting across, which will give you 2 diagonals kind of on the inside there. You see 1, 2 that stick out, obviously. I guess 3 if you're counting where the glass would be. Speaking of, you'll bring all the black stained glass pans up and fill in the front. So yeah, I am thinking this will be 4 of these rows in general. Obviously, this is number 2. And yeah, it just depends on how you want to do it. I feel like having 3 would make more sense, but there's not enough mobs in the game for that because we have 16 per line. Anyway, yeah, you should have that. You want to head to the back, and you want to essentially copy that, like, top shape. What even is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A hexagon? Something like that. But you want to copy the yellow concrete, like, top shape on the from the front onto the back, just like this. And it should look like that. That really does look like a really fat bee, I'm not gonna lie. You'll connect each of the yellow concrete diagonals along with the top itself together with black stained glass. This is another thing that'll eventually change, not necessarily for the water ones, but for, like, the hostile mobs. Because, yes, we're doing hostile mobs. Most of them. Again, I am cutting some because of logic. Like, I'm not doing villagers, such as... Look, I get Minecrafters already do that, but, like, I'm not... It's not my business. Like, Wither, I'm not gonna do. Enderman, for obvious reasons there. Endermite, I might not. I know Endermite is there right now in my list, but I feel like Endermites also can teleport. I forget. I don't play enough survival to know. Anyway, you should have this. It's time to do the funny little bee. So if you take the top row of black stained glass panes on the front, you want to leave 2 on the left and right and break the middle. I want to say it's 8. It's either 8 or 6. The middle 6 black stained glass panes and replace them with yellow terracotta. Extend the yellow terracotta forward a row. And then on the leftmost row and rightmost row, you're going to extend that yellow up with 3 black concrete and then 2 yellow terracotta. Wow, I'm great at placing blocks. Bring the top black concretes in with a light blue concrete. And then the bottom 2 black concretes in with another black concrete. That's so cursed. Filling the rest of this square in with yellow terracotta, which is between the eyes and just 2 rows above. It'll look like this. You'll take the yellow terracotta above the light blue concrete on both sides and place an upside down black stone slab off of it. Now he has eyebrows. Extend that slab up with another slab, and then extend that slab forward with another block, which you're going to make out of slabs. It's kind of important you make it out of slabs because the underside and top side of blackstone has a different texture when you use blocks as opposed to slabs. Slabs keep it more uniform. With the exception of the bottom row and the rows where there's yellow concrete already, you want to bring the head back with yellow terracotta, or I guess the bee back with yellow terracotta. You'll then go back from there with a row of gray terracotta. You're going to have to break some black glass for this, and you do want to go behind the yellow concrete this time. But yeah, you can make them thicker if you'd like. I didn't want to go much further back because it would start blocking light from the top, and I'm just trying to not do that. You could also add a little stinger. I was going to, and then I forgot. So, darn. But anyway, he should look like this. He's so cute. I love him. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Smooth quartz blocks. Smooth quartz slabs. And pale oak fence gates. On the front row of black stained glass, you want to take... not the one closest to the bee, but 1 block out, and you want to break this black glass and replace it with an upside down smooth quartz slab on both sides. Extend it up with a block and then a slab, which will kind of make it stick out better to where it is. Extend those slabs out with a block, out with an upside down slab, up with a slab, then out with a block, then out with an upside down slab, then up with a slab. You'll then take the upside down slab below that final slab and you'll extend it out with a block. Extend the block down by 1, then in with a slab, down with a block, in with a slab, God. Down with an upside down slab. In with a block. And then you'll go in with another block, which you'll have to break a black glass for. Any spot that you can within these wings, you want to fill in with pale oak fence gates. It's really just the bottom row and then 1 kind of up diagonally from there. But it'll look like this. And that's a little bee in the outside done. This might be my... just because of the wings, I think, it makes it look cool. I don't know. Anyway, you want to head inside and You don't really need much for this. You just need an oak sapling, bone meal, a bee nest, probably, and then just like a couple random plants. I went with flowering azalea, and I just like picked some flowers. I did the wildflowers is what they're called. Where are they in the flowers? They are in the flowers. I did the pink petals, torch flower, and also did the cactus flower. I don't think they can pollinate off that, but I did grab it. And there's a bunch of other flowers which you could place, or you could just hope bone meal gives it to you. It kind of doesn't matter. And so, roughly in the center back, I'm going to place it like right here. You want an oak sapling, and you do want to bone meal it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a bee nest like a block up diagonally from it, and then when I plant this, you see it'll make it a little bit of a larger tree. Just so it's not short and off the ground. Because you'd ideally like to be able to walk under the bee nest, and you'll just place it off the tree like so. And then just wherever you want, you can bone meal, you can place flowering azalea, you can place wildflowers, pink petals, torch flowers, cactus flowers, whatever. The bees do actually pollinate off the wildflowers. I did discover that when I did this originally because one like immediately went to one, which was nice. But yeah, and kind of just do whatever, you know, mixture of whatever flowers. I'm going to bone meal and hope I get most of what I want from that. But, you know, and then maybe you go in and, like, add some more. If I just, like, grab out some dandelions, some alliums, some whatever that flower is called. You know, and just kind of scatter them around. Just make it nice and flowery. So the bees have something to do. And the final step is, well, placing the bees in. I don't have water. That might be a thing that you would consider, like a little river or something. I didn't really particularly go crazy on the inside of this, but I'll just grab bee and spawn like 3 of them. And you see, one should go for a wildflower. Yeah, this one went for the wildflower. It's only 2 and it still does, but it go for 1. I don't want to break it as it's like, you know, doing its thing. That's kind of mean. But yeah, anyway, that's really all. So once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the bee zoo enclosure complete. Yeah, hopefully I'll bring these back and have like one every couple of weeks or something because they're fun. And if I can grind enough out, then, you know, I'll have enough for a while. I mean, really, if I do every other week and I have 3 of them, that's 6 weeks according to my calculations. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day. Or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.